Hi you guys, this is Dawn from FamilyThatGames. Recently we did a couple videos on Faith and her Crohn's disease and her feeding tube and how she gets the nutrients through the NG tube. And since those videos, we have another update on her health and what's going to happen next. She like I explained in the other video, she has Crohn's disease and she was diagnosed at the age of 4. She is almost 14. She's a couple weeks from her birthday. So she's had it for going on 10 years now. She was diagnosed in November, the beginning of November. So she's been battling a long time. And primarily her Crohn's disease is located in her large intestine or her colon. And over the years, she might have had a little bit of the Crohn's disease present in like her mouth, maybe a little bit of her small intestine, but it's primarily been in that large intestine. So she's been on lots of medicines. We've tried the whole gamut of different things, and nothing has seemed to reach her large intestine. Like nothing has healed it. Then 3 years ago, we switched doctors and started seeing a doctor at Mayo Clinic, and they've been great there. They've been awesome. It was recommended that she get a temporary ileostomy to allow her large intestine to heal. The temporary ileostomy was basically where they split her small intestine from the large intestine and put the small intestine out through her abdominal wall so that she would, any waste would go out into the bag. We call her Ostomy Bob. We've nicknamed it. So the idea there was that it would give her colon time to rest and time to heal. If there's nothing going through the large intestine, then you would think that it would heal. And she was supposed to have the temporary ileostomy for about a year. In that time, she has not done any better. Her colon is still highly inflamed. It's been 3 years, and even without anything going through the large intestine, it's still very sick and very inflamed. So she's doing better because she doesn't have some of the symptoms that goes along with Crohn's disease, but all of her markers, like inflammatory markers and stuff, are still really elevated and really high. So now we're faced with what to do next. We literally are out of medicine options that are going to help her, and after 10 years of not having any remission with her Crohn's disease or with that large intestine, it's time for more of a drastic approach. So tomorrow she is going to have surgery to remove her large intestine. They are going to take out the majority of it. They're going to leave maybe 3 to 6 inches at the bottom, so that in hopes of maybe reconnecting her small intestine to that end, and then she could get rid of her ostomy bag. That is the plan. That is the hope. And that is what, we're really praying for. So once you have the surgery, though, there's no going back. You can't put back in her colon. Some people have asked, what about transplants? She's not a candidate for a transplant, even if, I don't know if they're doing intestinal transplants, but because she has Crohn's disease, that Crohn's disease could move and attack any other part of her GI system too. So in theory, it would also then attack any transplanted organ too in that area. So, so what's going to happen is they will remove the large intestine. She already has the ostomy bag, so, that will stay in place. We're hoping that this will be not a crazy surgery, but the doctor did say, the surgeon did say that on a scale of 1 to 10, if 1 is a hangnail, 5 is a gallbladder removal, and 10 is a liver transplant, then this is about a 6 or a 7. So it's still a very serious surgery, and we're we're obviously nervous about it, but Faith is strong and she is a fighter. When we first started talking about this surgery, she was adamantly against it. She's just like, nope, I'm not doing it. And she's worried that her Crohn's disease is going to attack something else. So if we take out her large colon, or I'm sorry, the large intestine, then what's to say that the Crohn's won't attack something else? And she's right. It could move. It could start attacking her small intestine. It could attack, into her stomach and her esophagus and her mouth. We don't know. But what we do know right now is that by leaving her colon inside her body, even detached, it's still making her sick. So it's time that we remove it, and hopefully her body will then be able to fight off any other disease. Like if we remove the majority of the inflammation and the problem that her body's been fighting, maybe her body will be able to handle everything else. So she probably will go on a medicine. We haven't quite got there yet, but that would hopefully keep her body from attacking anything else, as the body does with any autoimmune disease. So but I just wanted to pop on really quick and give you an update. I haven't really talked about it a lot, in like a public Facebook or, anything like that. So I thought maybe I'd just give a little bit of an update. We're going to find out tonight when we have to report to the hospital. And then we'll drive down tomorrow, probably, I'm guessing, early in the morning. And if all goes well, it will be done laparoscopic and just into her tiny little belly button. And then hopefully she'll be out of the hospital within 2 to 4 days. So we'll try to update you after it's finished and let y'all know how it goes. It's hard for me not to get emotional, because she's my baby girl, but I know she's going to be okay. And if she can be strong, I can be strong. So just be praying for us tomorrow that everything goes okay. And we'll update you as soon as we can. Thanks, everybody.